Hi guys, welcome to another ALCI project. So ArcoLinux Calamaris installer. The idea being start with an ArcoLinux ISO, put on their Calamaris and we have a graphical installer. And then put more or less things on the ISO. You can decide to install immediately Xorg, LightDM, XFCE, Cinnamon, BSPWM, etc. Burn the ISO and install it. So that's two ways of doing things, everything manual. Or why not put everything immediately on the ISO? We are going to visit many of our ArcoLinux brothers and sisters. And the last one I did was EndeavourOS. And today I'm gonna make Rebornos for a spin. So I've already visited all of them and I'm making videos about it. Okay. So Super F7 is for us a VirtualBox thing. And Rebornos is the one I'm booting from. Start, deleting everything again, what I had already, and installing it from scratch. Always interesting if you are working on these distros is to either press a tab or an E, and we can see a little bit more. So we get a cow space of 10 gigabytes, and Intel U code is there, AMD is there, or am I I don't think AMD is there, just Intel there. And then we boot off, okay? And we install things. And if you need to type in something in there in the grub of your hardware, that's the place to do it. You can actually type and change it. Let's go for a Rebornos, and the point is get ALCI, install it on here, but first we're going to go for a installation, install it. The people who have been installing Antergos are going to recognize this, right? So it's the special kind of name, we'll probably see it somewhere. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see what name it was again, it's unpronounceable. Here it is, CNCHI Rebornos installer. So select the zone. Well, I can probably click here, Brussels, Belgium, yay, click, Belgium somewhere, Belgium, click, and then you choose, remember on Antergos you choose the base or you choose more. Base means black thing, and then you say sudo pacman -s xorg, sudo pacman -s Xorg apps, the server, the apps, and what else? The Mate maybe, and so on. I'm gonna go for an XFCE. There's not much choices here. You just choose if you're on Rebornos. And we remember these sliders we used to have on Antergos, so immediately can change the choices. And go ahead, since it's just VirtualBox, I just really don't care. And select cache partition. Don't want to have a cache partition, so just going ahead. CNCHI sort the mirrors list, recommended. Yes, sure, go ahead. Erase disk, everything gone. This is a VirtualBox, who cares? And then the name. Rebornos, and then pick a name, password. And log in automatically, and off we go. This is not Calamaris installer, this is CNCHI thingy, and we'll wait till it's finished. Pausing the video now. Alright, I just rebooted, clicked on the button to reboot, and let's continue our story there. Booting up from the hard disk is gonna be not sure which one. So Control F, full screen, get rid of the CD-ROM inside here. Should be gone. Oh, cancel. Where is it? Choose a disk file. EndeavourOS, okay, click on it. Now it's gone. Okay, now it's empty. All right, let's reboot. That's the normal grub. That's what you need. That's Vimix, by the way. That's what we are using, but we don't want another wallpaper, have other choices. It's always like that, right? Choices. What will people use as a desktop? What will people use as a browser? And so on and so on. Okay, get rid of it. Not interested. So this is your XFCE. Okay, standard XFCE with all the applications they provide as well, of course. I'm not here to take a look at Rebornos. I'm going to have a look at, is it possible to actually build ALCI on Rebornos? So, Internet, Firefox. And we go for ALCI is online. And you navigate to what you want to have. So this is the intro, lots of articles about it. All the articles are here. And then it's gonna build on all these other ones, and we want to have a link to this video. ALC builds on Rebornos. Procedure, have a look at the procedure, things to do. Okay, that's what I would do. And then the GitHub, where's the code? Get the building code. This brings you immediately to the GitHub, but you don't need to be there. You can just clone the code. I'm going for the middle one, which gives us a nice little wallpaper here. And everything I need, Xorg, SDM, XFCE, Neofitch is in there as well, and also the wallpaper here that you see is in there. So cloning this, Control C, putting it on here, Control Shift V. If Git is not installed, sudo pacman -s git. We haven't updated either. Might be necessary. Let's have a look how much we are behind. And now with a U from update, nothing to do, so that's okay. Is ArchISO installed? Without ArchISO, without ArcoLinux, there are two dependencies of this project. It will always stay as long as ArcoLinux stays with their ArchISO, and Calamares stays free, and all the rest is okay then, it's covered. So ArchISO, my fingers were not positioned correctly. There it is. You all need those guys. 51-1. The version is also important. It depends, right? How many changes do the people of ArcoLinux make when they jump from 51 to 52? It all depends. But today we're working with this version. Okay, so we have ArchISO. We have our code, ALCI, ISO def. And then you go and read the procedure, go and read the README, go and read the ArchISO README. Here it says what version it's working on. And here is some more information. I'm going immediately to do the two following things. Pacman works with where is the data. Where is the data is mirrors. And from who is it is keys. This is the most difficult part, or the most difficult setup, in the sense that we are able now with this ALCI ISO def to get stuff from ArcoLinux, which is no problem at all, to get stuff from ArcoLinux, which is, well, not difficult, but you need the keys and the mirrors. To get packages from Chaotic, which is again not difficult, but you need the keys and the mirrors. And then the major selling point is get your own repo in there, your own packages in here, and that's the ALCI local repo. So whatever package you build, pre-built from AOR, build it once, put it on my repo, and then it can go on the ISO later on. And you'll have an ISO to put and install everything you like and want. So in order to do all these steps, I need to run some scripts. This is not ArcoLinux, so they don't know nothing about our keys. So we're gonna get the keys in. So all the keys, 6 members are in, the mirror list is in. Same goes for Chaotic keys. Yay is installed. If Yay was not installed, it would try Trizen. If Trizen is not installed, it would try Paru. If Paru is not installed, it will say install on AOR helper, and here is the way to quickly run and install Yay. But that's done. So Arch is okay, Arco is okay, Chaotic is okay, this one is not okay. Control C, put it on your home directory, change the name from example to the proper name, ALCI local repo. Remember to update the database because it's on a computer, completely different computer system, right? So update the database. Done. And then it's finished basically. You can already start building, but of course you can also start editing, changing things. What packages would I like to have? It's just a text. Only thing to remember is don't put it next to each other on one line, put it under each other. So if I would say go and add me also Firefox, then this would be added. Simple as that. Firefox is now on the ISO. And GIMP and so on. Let's try these two guys. Firefox and GIMP. Voila. Inkscape and so on and so on. Thousands of packages. But also the one from your personal repo. So things that are not on the AOR that you've built yourself and you say, I want to have my own Nemesis wallpapers packaged. So I can sudo pacman -s it or sudo pacman -r it. Right? So it's possible to make your own repository and do your stuff with it. Okay, time to build. So we go to the installation scripts and it's either number 30 or 40. It's the first time you build it, it's going to be 30. If it's the second time, you can spare some download bandwidth by 40 and it won't delete your cache. Your Pacman cache will be used again. And voila, we're off. And this video will be included beneath here. I suppose we better pause the recording. And then suddenly everything comes to an end. And we have a 1.5 gigabyte of ISO containing, Firefox and all that. So if we're going to go to the ISO out, here we have an ISO, we can actually mount the ISO. That's something we can do in VirtualBox. And we have here the package list. Control find, Firefox is installed. I believe we had also GIMP installed. Voila, there they are. So next time when you burn up, when you burn the ISO, or when you load it up in your VirtualBox, you'll find out that you have an XFC with Firefox and GIMP. And that concludes the video. Cheers.